So hello, upset, and thank you for your time, and also congrats for the big win today because it was a very important one. So what is the feeling? Like, did you feel any pressure because of the standing, and how happy are you about the winning?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure right now. Like I think for 6 teams, we are like all two. They were all two wins, so it was a really really important match for both teams today because like you need to hit the 4 win mark or 3 to make playoffs for sure. And it was kind of do or die today. So I'm not necessarily happy because we are like not in the best situation, right? I think we can do a lot better than how we play on stage, but I'm really relieved for sure, and I'm proud of my teammates for stepping up. Such a high pressure game, especially because it was pretty tough at some points in the game, but we managed to find a really good engage on the flankers from them, and we could follow up well. And we just once we got ahead, we had a pretty consistent advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, because speaking of the engage, like the Tagamas engage was pretty like on point. And, like he received like some hate from the community, and even like this week, like the LVP, like the Spanish league, made some editing about Tagamas missing some combo. But are you happy for him that he just like answered on the field and answered in a good way?
Yeah, I was very happy with his engages today. I think he played a really great game of rally and team fights, and I'm looking forward to him doing it more often.
And if you compare like your performance to the spring and winter, like you already like somehow like made more win than the previous split. So I guess it's a kind of improvement. So how far do you think that the team can go like this time?
It's really hard to say for me. It only depends on how much work everyone puts in and like how much we can learn and adjust to the stage games because it's a really different game. Our top laner doesn't speak so well English yet, and our mid is very very new to the LEC. So it's a lot about getting on the same page. Obviously, we also have a new jungle, so it's a really new lineup. So it's hard to say how high our ceiling can be, but it will all depend on how much work we put in right now. And every week counts. Like I think we made some decent improvements this week. Obviously, versus G2 we got pretty stomped, but I think you could see at least some of the team fights today. We had like good positioning, good communication at some points. So it's not as fast as we would like it to be, the improvement, but we are in an okay spot now with 3 and 4, I guess.
And is it somehow hard to adapt to a new player coming in the middle of the year? Like you spoke about Kana, who is like Korean, and also Vladi with like a rookie. So was it like hard to adapt to like new player when you don't have that much time to prepare and to perform?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's always a challenge to like see the game the same way, and that's why the really good teams are winning consistently from positions that maybe other teams don't. So it's always a challenge, but it's also pretty joyful to get to meet so many different people and make so many experiences, people from very different cultures. So it has its upsides and downsides, but it's definitely not the easiest in the start to get on the same page and play the game well as a team.
Because of course like what happens on the server is very important in the game, but also like what happens in the real life is also important. And when I see some content from Karmine Corp, I see that like Vladi is like making always some jokes and you are like laughing a lot with him. So is he as funny as people as you can see like on the video? Is he always funny like that in the real life?
Um, yeah, I think he's pretty funny. Has a lot of energy. He's like really new to everything in LEC, so yeah, I think is making a lot of new experiences. So he's definitely pretty funny, I would say.
And was it somehow also like hard because of course like newcomer came and it made like a good atmosphere, but was it like somehow stressful like because like people like Saken or Cabochard or Bo like they have been like benched? So on the personal, on the human level, is it hard to see like former teammate going out of the team?
Yeah, for me, it's always sad to like I think everyone takes failure really hard because it's like we invest so much time into League, like everyone, so many years of our life. So when people like lose their job and or like are out of the team, it's always really really sad. I have a lot of empathy for people on a human level because I myself know how difficult it feels for me to not reach what I want to or like have failures. So yeah, that's definitely sad, and I hope they find a new place where they can succeed and feel happy.
Like some fans after the two first splits were kind of worried about your motivation as a team for the summer because they were saying now the year is like kind of fucked up already, so just like in NBA, like make some tanking and just wait for the next year. But now we can see that you are giving like everything and you are still in a competitive position. So do you have like any message to reassure the fans that you will like fight until the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, this is, it's not the NBA, right? If you tank, you don't get a lottery pick or something. So no one is tanking, no one is in that mindset at all. In none of the splits, I have to say. I would say the only like, it's not motivation, it's just a lot of pressure and difficult feelings, I think, that can impact the performance more. But I think everyone is very motivated. Everyone wants to do better and show what they're capable of as a team and as individuals. So we are working very hard, and we will have to work harder, I think, to make a top 3 to split. I think there's some strong teams there, and we need to do it to have a chance at Worlds. Like BDS, Fnatic, and G2 are looking pretty consistently strong. So we are all very motivated. We are trying very hard, and we're going to give our 110% until it's over.
So of course, like you are very experienced and you are used to play like Worlds. So Worlds is still in the target, like on your mind for this year.
I mean, it's never over until it's over, right? There's no point of giving up. Like every game is an opportunity. Every day we have a chance to get better, and every game on stage is one step towards it. There's no point of thinking like, oh yeah, we did poorly the last 2 splits, like this is already over. Of course, we want to reach as far as we can, and I think it's good to have these goals. Even if we fall short in the end, at least we aimed to a place where it was worth working for.
So even if the season so far has been somehow rough for you, like do you think that you improved on a like human level, on a player level? Like on which aspect do you feel like you improved the most this year so far?
I mean, like it's probably hard to see like in the games, because in other situations that I played in, I was shining a lot more than I am right now. Today you could maybe see a glimpse of how it was before more. But like I'm definitely learning how to deal with a lot of difficult emotions. Like I've never had so much bad splits in a row in my whole career and in my long career. So it's a lot about staying positive, fighting the bad thoughts, or not fighting but accepting them, and still having a positive outlook towards the future. It's definitely really difficult. I need like taking more care of myself, like health-wise. I think has also taught me that it's important for me with how much stress it has been with the bad results. Also, some specific gameplay things I think I got better on for sure. And hopefully, once like everything clicks better, I can show a lot more. Like League is always a game where it's so much about playing well as a team. And once everyone performs well and everyone is on the same page, I think this is really when you can see players shine, like especially AD carry, of course. And I think I have improved quite a bit on some things, and hopefully I will get to show more.
And you're like upset, like you have been famous for having like a huge carry role, like as a ADC. But this year, like you also play some Senna or some like weak side champion, I guess. So, but today, like you shine with the kind of hard carry. So, do you think that you are like able to play everything, or you still prefer to play hard carry?
Well, I just want to play what makes my team win, I would say. Definitely, I am better, like slightly better at some things. Or they're not even that I'm better, but they're just way more in my comfort zone, I think. But if I think I need to weak side a game on Senna and that my top or mid laner carry, I will always do that, and I'm happy to do so. But when some of the champs are meta that are meta right now, I'm definitely very happy about it. I had a lot of great Kaiser games in my career, and obviously Zeri is picked more. It was Ben today, so I like these champs a lot because you just have a lot of freedom as an AD carry. So I think I'm happy to play both right now, yeah.
Okay, then thank you so much, Upset. And then last kind of funny questions. Are you going to watch like the Euro, like the football competitions? And have you learned like who is Jamal Musiala now?
I mean, I'm actually not too sure. I think he is a striker for the national team, or is it a midfielder?
It's more like a striker, yeah, like on the side.
No, I looked a little bit more. I mean, to be fair, Germany has been playing so terrible at international events for the last since 2014, I think. So now that they're actually doing well, I think they're out of the groups already at this point in time. Maybe I will watch the quarters. Especially if they play versus Belgium or France, we can have some fun in the office.
Okay, then thank you very much, Upset. Good luck for next week.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good day.